It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got a couple teams searching for their first Super Bowl. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars under the lights on Monday night.
Our NFL friends up north are busting out the sweatshirts and blankets, but not us. TIAA Bakefield is pretty idyllic tonight, almost perfect, as we say hello from Jacksonville. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin joined, as always, by Charles Davis. But, Charles, a lot of optimism here in the Sunshine State about these Jaguars. They're the defending AFC South champs. They won a playoff game last year and gave the Chiefs all they could handle in the divisional round.
And last season was seen as one where they were just going to try and rebuild and regroup. And they did all of those things and then exceeded expectations. Quietly, they've amassed a lot of talent, and they expect to make another run in their division.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bengals, it's a team that's been to the Super Bowl 3 times in their history, has never won it. But there's just a sense that this could be the year, and you don't disagree.
I certainly do not, because go back 2 seasons ago, many thought it was a fluke that they got to the Super Bowl. Well, they came back the next year, and they got to the AFC Championship game, and were extremely disappointed they didn't get back to the Super Bowl. The pieces are in place. The confidence is high.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they're brought out by the former Washington Husky, undrafted back in 2019, Jake Browning.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
Now Browning. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Browning. This goes out wide from Mixon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Browning. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon, taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 47 now, that work with a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
44 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mixing up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time. And they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft. In his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field. It can take off and run when under duress.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 26. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
There was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Back to the ground with ETN. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Well, hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Lawrence to throw, and he's gonna go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do.
Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by McManus is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
On 1st and 10, Browning. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Browning. That's taken in by Higgins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And how about this, a fake? And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Browning. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Browning. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
McPherson's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From the end zone, it's Dearness Johnson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Another run by Bigsby. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here is 3rd and 5. They go play action now. Lawrence. And he is caught. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2nd down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Take Bigsby scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Extra point from McManus is good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Back to throw. Browning. Got a man open. It's Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he gets this up past the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Mixon with a first down carry. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a couple. An option handoff here to Mixon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. 10-10 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
And McPherson on for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Bigsby with a carry to begin the series.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On third down, Lawrence.
It got his man complete.
And he was finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big third down play there for the Jags. 44 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
From the gun, Bigsby.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
Now Lawrence.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point.
And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he returns this to the 22. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Yeoman's effort on that last drive. 7 carries, got the touchdown as well. And the O-line probably got a little extra oxygen on the sideline in between.
And deservedly so, because they were also calling for him to continue to get the ball, because there's a rhythm that gets established, right? When you're running it well and the back's getting the ball and he's in sync and reading blocks, and the offensive line wants to continue to pound away. Haven't met an offensive lineman yet that likes to pass block more than he likes to run block. And that last drive, we saw the end result, didn't we?
Yep, and all were rewarded with a trip to pay dirt.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 5. A handoff to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Browning. And that one complete once again to Higgins. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Browning. Open man is Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this across the 50 to the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Dumps it off to Mixon. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Browning. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Lawrence. And that's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And it is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
McManus now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Browning. He completes it to Boyd. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Browning. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's a give to Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Browning. Throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Calvin Ridley and the Jaguars back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's second and 5 now from the 22. And Bigsby once more. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Can't really fault the coverage. The ball was tipped and popped up in the air, but they were unable to complete the tip drill for the interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Bengals 39. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff to Bigsby, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw. Browning.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Jet sweep. Boyd with it. And that one never got off the ground.
He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Browning.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we've got a tie game here in a back and forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Complete to Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence. This one caught by Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. That is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. A slant to Jones. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for Cincinnati, the rookie Charlie Jones. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd and 8. Here's Lawrence. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Jones. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jags take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now McManus for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now Browning. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Here's 3rd and 7. To throw, Browning.
He's got Smith here.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Well, they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Browning. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, Browning.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Browning's throw complete there to Smith.
And out of bounds right around the 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Back to throw. Browning. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But he turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third.
Let's focus in on what we got to do here.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Now he's into the clear again. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a hole. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brenton Strange, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. And you've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. The first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Browning. Looking deep here for Chase. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Browning. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Take it at the 37. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 7. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Browning looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hudson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Well, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Browning. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Browning.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And, Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football. And the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Lawrence. Past the 20. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds here as his guys will have it to start the 4th as time has run out on quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
Off play action. Browning. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down. Browning got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. McPherson's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now ETN to start the drive.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That good for 19 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it. But what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run with ETN.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says, He has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And out now, here come the Bengals. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Browning's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Browning. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Browning. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll look to throw again. And this one complete to Smith. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw, Browning. And that is taken in by Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now Browning. Working the middle here. That's complete to Sample, the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Browning's throw there taken in by Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Browning. Slant pass to Boyd. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Back to throw again. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake, Browning. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And they'll go again with ETN. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3rd down and 1. ETN up the middle. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and they got a solid outing here from their quarterback, Charles, and that's, of course, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, this was a game for the ages, wasn't it? 6 touchdown passes. He had this offense running to its absolute peak efficiency, and I tell you what, that's as good a game as you'll see at the quarterback position.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.